Welcome to all the students on this digital platform, an initiative which we have taken for this mentor and menteeship program. I humbly request our principal to please take the deck and say some word of guidance to our student. Ma'am, please.
Good morning everyone. Good morning, my dear Lipsi and the project managers of the mentoring program. I'm very much thankful to you all, your NGO, to give us the opportunity to my students to this learn mentorship program. Really, I am very much thankful to Lipsi. And one thing I would like to share with my students that let's say when I received your mail, I was overwhelmed that you are from Jamshedpur and you want to do something for my students, especially the girls students who are very deprived from to other things. And you just provide this NGO's program, this mentorship program. And my students are really very much beneficiary after this program will over. Thank you, Lipsi. Thank you very much. And thank you the whole team for giving us the opportunity to this mentorship program. Actually, everybody is mentor. Myself is mentor. The mother is mentor. Father is mentor. But your mentorship, the main function of the mentorship, that is this workshop will facilitated by mentoring from industry and from academia to ignite young minds. You will do that. You will do all these things with our students, with your guidance, with your academicians, with your industrialists. And I am very much grateful to you to providing this opportunity to my students. Actually, mentor-mentee program is very successful everywhere because a mentor may share with a mentor information about his or her own career path as well as provide guidance, motivation, emotional support, and a role model by them. A mentor may help with exploring career setting goals, developing contacts, and identifying resources. In this way, I can say your mentorship program will give our students a new path. They will understand how to make their career. Because let's see, you know better than other people in India, and especially in small towns, the girls, and especially the girls, they don't have the idea for just making their career. They are only things they have in their family and in their life. You are a girl, and after a certain time, you have to marry. There is nothing like career this type of career, and you have to do something for yourself. That is very much needed in our society, especially our Indian society, and in middle class and lower middle class society, and especially in the small towns. Some students and some girls they are going for their career and all, but there is no guidance. And you people, you are going to give them guidance for their career. Again, I am very much thankful to you all, and I hope, I wish, and I know my student will take all the opportunity you are giving to them, and they will avail it, and they will be benefited. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Salini, you can start now.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the words of encouragement. Now I'll request our coordinator, Dr. Ratna Mitra, to please invite our guest.
A very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Jamshedpur Women's College family, I would like to officially invite all the members of the mentorship program and Rhea, Lipsi, and Bharati for joining us. And I hope that this program will help our girls to achieve the training that you can give them. And under your mentorship program, they can solve various problems they are facing. For the coming 4 Saturdays, we'll be live with you all, and I think the sharing will help the candidates solve their problems of employability. I now hand over the platform to Lipsi. Hello.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me, guys?
You
Can you
are
hear
audible,
us?
Lipsi. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So let me share the deck so that we can have a reference. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, yes, let's see, we can see you.
Okay, cool. So before starting, let me thank Principal Ma'am, Ratna Ma'am, Swati Ma'am. Special thanks to Principal Ma'am for allowing us to do something of this sort. It takes a lot of open-minded thinking, um, and lot of thought process to even to encourage people like us who wants to really help and give back to our society, do something. So thanks for that. And I know a lot of you have questions in your mind, so I would suggest to just relax, listen, and understand. Ask any questions if you have in the chat box. So we would, not only me, we would take up all the questions while we go to Q&A session. And first and second important thing that I want to highlight is we are all here to make the community wherein we all support each other, right? So it's not a destination, right? It's a journey. It's a long journey. So we are starting with a journey. Let's and the motto, the purpose is to support each other. With all these three may ideas, let me go ahead and thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Ratna ma'am and Swati ma'am, and present today's agenda. We are going to cover. So today I am joining it with community of successful women who have achieved significance in their career. One of them is my mentor, who is Bharti Mada. She has been mentoring me for last couple of 5 years in my professional career. And Rhea, she is a fresh blood in our community of mentorship program. And all of these women, these are just two, and I have lined up, I have built a community and team of, as of now, 8 mentors who are there to support and volunteer their time and effort to help you guys, because we understand the deficiency of opportunities and platform in small town, because I come from that same place. Right. So, with my team, I proceed to present the agenda. I'm going to cover why mentorship is important, how 360 mentors are going to fill that gap, and how this all these two networks have been established. What is the program LMP? What is the future plan? And the today's session. So let's start. I request everyone to mute their microphone and then ask questions. Put that into the chat box. So we all know the discouraging statistics about the percentage of women in the leadership. But there are only 7.4%, and it takes them like 3 to 4 decades to reach to the higher position. Especially, this number is really discouraging from for small town women. So because there's very less guidance, there are less opportunities, that what is currently going on, that information is missing. When I was growing up, it was really tough for me. So I used to find inspiration from everyone. But so that's the lag which exists in everywhere at this point of time. And I've also noticed that women who receive mentorship versus who do not receive mentorship, right? So women who receive mentorship, they tend to achieve significance and success in less time with more efficiency, and so it always helps them versus someone who do not have a mentor. As you can see, if we want to go from point A to point B, if you have a person who can guide you, like which courses you shall take, which skill you should update, what is the real demand, what is the market demand, and not only for a maths graduate or a science graduate or a technical person, but also for somebody who is doing literature, history, music, Sanskrit, all of them. uh, uh, so it would be, yeah, so this platform would present, so mentors help them achieve to go from point A to point B in a lesser time and more efficient way. It reduces their difficulties and the struggle, because they have already been through that journey, because they know and they understand the struggle, right, which is real. Whatever I am, whatever Rhea is, whatever Bharti is, all of us have experienced the struggles, and so we can, by understanding and learning from others' struggles, we will be able to achieve big things in less time. So if you can see the mark from A to B, which takes more time, and it is very much curvy, and one is from direct straight line. So it takes that effort, and there's a difference between mentorship, coaching, consulting, and counseling. So all of us have studied in our ninth and 10th grade coordinate geometry. So when x-axis is when we say that what is consulting, what is coaching, what is mentorship, x-axis is solution and y-axis is asking, plus, and below is minus, tell, and then x negative is problem. So mentorship falls under solution and telling coordinate. Coaching falls under ask and solution coordinate. Consulting, wherein you tell your problem and they assess your situation and they charge a lot of money, that falls under quadrant 3. So it's free. So mentorship is a free service which for which we need to build the community, right? So until we have a community and a team built up, it does not add value. So I am very grateful and lucky to have Leela Chandel and Mr. H.N. Jha as my mentors early in my career, and they inspired. Leela Chandel had a very inspiring story. So she was our maths teacher, class teacher, and she said that. Um, Someone in their family said that girls should not study, the girls cannot understand maths, and you will not be able to study, and that inspired her. And that's how she took it, that I want to do something, I want to prove him wrong, I want to achieve something. And she took it at that stage. She was 50 when she was teaching us, 50 or 55, and then she was a very successful maths teacher. That inspired me. So this inspiration ball, it keeps rolling. And similarly, Mr. H.N. Jha, who was our teacher, I had an interest in mathematics, though I was a sports person at that time growing up in school. He identified, he had belief in my abilities, and those things, those minute things, and he used to guide me that wherein you should focus, what are the strengths and weaknesses that you have, how you can highlight your strength, how you can play on your strength, how we can minimize on weaknesses. So those mentors, they have played a role for in my life, and that is why I consider that why mentorship is a significant thing. Now let me cover the story that how did we come together. So it's the source code was Swati ma'am, and then while I was going to give my interview from Jamshedpur to Kolkata, for the current project in US, these thoughts used to cross my mind regularly. So I noted it down, and when I came back after a successful interview, I paid a visit to Jamshedpur Women's College, though I could not meet her. But I got her contact details, and I thought, to let's establish the channel, so that we need to start from somewhere. And that's when all this journey started, and then we received a confirmation from principal ma'am, and then now we are here discussing with all our entire team that consists of young students, all of you, our leadership, principal ma'am, Swati ma'am, Ratna ma'am, and all the great successful mentors. Now let me talk about the program. What is Lean Mentorship Program? So it's a series of engagement wherein four workshops are designed, right? So if you think that, if you just attend one workshop and you'll be able to get all the details, no, it is not going to happen. Each workshop is like 25%, it's going to deliver 25% of the information. So if you just attend two workshop, you're going to get 50% of the benefit. And they are designed in such a way that if you attend all of the workshops, which are designed to equip you and to skill you and to put seed in your mind, which would help you grow and go to next step, which is experiential learning program. So I recommend all of you to attend all the four workshops. And if you see, all of them has been designed and curated for special and detailed needs. This today's workshop is our kickoff workshop, which we are starting, and then we will go to specific detailed information. And all of them are happening at the same time, Saturday. So this is to minimize the confusion, because we have a lot of notes, source notes, supply notes, demand notes. So in order to minimize the confusion, that is how I've devised this chart. Here, the expectation is from the students would expect from us all the seats. We will provide you the link, how you can improve your skills, which skills you should focus, which student should focus on which skill, and will give you ideas so that you can work on a team and then work on to something and look for before starting your curriculum, right? So we will be delivering and you would be expecting. In ELP, which is next program, therein we would expect from you to come up your game, to improve your game, and then deliver. So let me tell at the high level. You can see 360 mentors. 360 is a non-profit organization run by community and team of industry and academic established women to provide support and guidance to all the department students to ignite young minds for no charge. And the guru dakshina here, we see that your success, the more you succeed, that would be our guru dakshina. I hope you all understand, correlate with this word. Okay, so our mission is to help, as you can read from the slide, our mission is to help young underprivileged women students shape their career and get exposed to latest industry trends through mentorship and experiential learning. And vision is to provide the platform to all of us, to all of us to grow together. So coming back to experiential learning program, it is not yet very much defined and curated. However, it is there very much in the agenda. So as per your response and feedback, when I say you, it is the students, young mind. So how much you are going to absorb? Because in we all know that any kind of learning, it takes layers of learnings to first to understand, second is to imbibe, and then you can build onto that. So 4 workshops of Lean Mentorship Program would give you the first and second layering. This experiential learning program would give you the final layering, wherein you can form a team, come up with your own ideas. We would do the hand holding and we would provide you and guide you as current industry leaders. We would be able to help that which skill you should build. We all know machine learning. It's a fancy term. All of my most of my juniors whom I interact with, they know, yeah, machine learning is there, it exists, but what it is, I don't know. It's not an alien word, right? If we learn, what are skills that we need, what are segregation and details that you need to learn in order to even know more about machine learning or blockchain or even any app development. So what all things you can build in here as a team? You can build a digital presence, you can build an app which is like you can build so Sanskrit graduate or English or Hindi graduate, they can build an app wherein they can curate something which would be helpful for women or otherwise as well. Anything is so it's open to you. It's now we would leave after LNP, we would leave the experiential learning program for you to come up with your ideas. And all the and mentors and the principal ma'am and Ratna ma'am, Swati ma'am, and all the mentors would decide, and we will do the final session of the projects. Whatever projects would win, we will get the recognition for the same. So that was on that. Now I would start our today's agenda, which is on importance of mentorship and mentor-mentee relation. Before that, I want to have my team to introduce themselves. So, Bharti, could you please introduce yourself? Thanks, Bharti. Rhea, you can go next.
Hello. So my name is Rhea, and I'm currently a software engineer at Nike in the US. And I started my journey as a software engineer at Oregon State University. Beforehand, I had no idea what I was going to do before going to university. And I got exposed to engineering through mentors and exposing what I could do. Beforehand, I was told I had no idea what I was going to do, and that I couldn't do engineering, and that engineering was more of a man's job. And part of me didn't think that was fair, that I could not be an engineer, because I really love doing math. And then so when I went to university, I decided to become a study in software engineering. And through that journey, like even though the courses were really difficult to go through, I learned that I was able to do it. I had fun going through my courses, and that I was learning something through it. And then when I graduated from university, I ended up going through this rotation program, being exposed to technology and getting and having all this expertise through what I was experiencing, through the work I was doing. And what pushed me to keep going through my journey of becoming a software engineer was I really enjoyed finding solutions to these problems that in society and the industry face. And solving those problems is what I really had fun doing so. And then also being an engineer, I could teach and prove other women that it is possible that you could be as smart and be successful in your career if you have fun doing it. And so that's just a brief introduction of how I became where I am today, and that the journey, there's many possibilities in what you could do.
Sorry, Rhea. Can you see my screen now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my name is Rhea, and currently I'm a software engineer at Nike, and I've been there for 2 years now. I just recently graduated from Oregon State University here in the United States, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in computer science. What led me to become a software engineer was actually when I finished, was before I started my university program. And before I had no idea what I wanted to do. And that I was being exposed by people I've been talking to, and that engineering was like, I found I would enjoy, because I always enjoyed doing math and solving these difficult problems with solutions. And then so when I was taking my coursework through university, I learned it was really difficult to go through, but I also learned that I also really enjoyed the work I was doing. And so while I've been exposed to different positions, different technologies, and having an open mindset and willingness to learn is what led me to become the engineer I am today. And just going through life, and even though I'm still new in my career, just going through life and understanding and being exposed to these new concepts and new possibilities, which is also very exciting for me. And that's why I do what I do, is to kind of prove like what not many people have done, and that it's also teach other girls, most importantly, that if you enjoy something or you're curious about something, just try it, and you never know that you could do it and that you might be really good at it. And so it's a brief introduction and how I've grown to what I am today.
Thanks. Thanks, Rhea, for your introduction. I think we went with you twice, but no problem. We wanted to hear you out. We wanted to hear you out. So thanks for that. Let's go ahead with my introduction. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. So. I want to touch the point that I am born and raised in Jamshedpur. My sisters, they have graduated from Jamshedpur Women's College. So I have a special connect with the city, with the college, and with the environment, with the society. I understand the heart and the essence that what is required, how the families were, how the family is very supportive. Few of the families are literally very supportive, but few of them are not. I also belong from very middle class family, but because I got the right mentors, thanks to God, I could achieve whatever, and very supportive friends and family network, I could achieve what I dreamt of, what I wanted. So to give you a background, I have studied from all my time at Jamshedpur till 12th in Tisco School, which is G Town, and then DA Modern Girls High School, and then Mrs. KMPM at that time. And then I wrote my AEEE, got into Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Pune Engineering. I did my engineering. And then from that time on, I'm working in Cognizant. But in Cognizant, I got a lot of opportunities to work in different technological domain for across clients, such as Royal Bank of Scotland, banking domain, medicine domain, retail domain, Walgreens, Nike, and Nike, for that I worked for the longest time. So because I understand the need and the requirement from my town, that helped me and that inspired me to establish a community. We individually have the family and different support, but if we have a community, and I'm very glad and very thankful for all my mentors. Like Bharti is one of my mentor, and Rhea is one of the fresh blood in my community of mentors. Who would help all of my young team members to grow, to grow as a network. And yeah, so that is what I like to impact the life in any way, so that we all can, because given the right opportunity, right possibility and guidance, we all can achieve big things. So that is it about me. Now we will put questions, the topic of discussion, and I would have my mentors present their perspective, because it is very important to listen to different perspective and then assess for yourself. So first is, what are the challenges they faced because of not having a mentor, with their examples. Bharti, could you please help us give your thought on this?
When I started off, this is like 13 to 14 years ago, when in the technology world, you did not have very many women like we do have today. So in those days, your population of women in a certain technologies are usually fewer than the others. and me being in the SAP space, you have the fewest women in those days. So first of all, choosing the path you're choosing, it was all blind. I mean, I started off just because I used to work in a part-time job where they use the application, SAP application, and hence I decided to seek, because I already had the venue, I already had the opportunity to learn that application. I decided that, I'll go ahead and I learn a little more and look for a job in that area. That's how I basically embarked on this SAP journey. And then when I moved to United States, I was a contractor, all new to the country, all new to the lifestyle. And my job was basically traveling from town to town. So if I worked for a period of 10 months, my assignment would get over. I would have to travel to my next city, get a new job. And when you go to a new job, learning the business process, gaining the client confidence, and being part of a team are some of the big things that you need to gradually be part of when you embark on a new assignment. So being the only girl in most cases, in many cases, I was always the only woman in my job, and trying to make myself feel as part of them. I mean, I haven't really faced that many challenges. I think I have had the ability to mix with a lot of people. So it gave me the opportunity and exposure to learn and develop on it and gradually grow into newer spaces as I moved along. So one thing I would have to say is, if I had a mentor at that point of time, at that point when I was making a career decision, if I had a mentor, it would have been a little more easier. I wouldn't have struggled to decide which way to go. I would have had I would have made more structured decisions. And probably, I'm not saying I have succeeded, but I have succeeded with a lot of challenges. And this is why today I really appreciate what Lipsi is doing, because that gives a platform to many others who have access to that mentorship program. And we might not have the knowledge in the area that you're looking, but we can give you visibility to the technology, the new technologies coming up, the choices that you have to make, how you can make your choices, and how better structured you can move as you grow up your career path. So that's my view on this. Let's see what others have.
Thanks, Swati. Very, very valuable views. Rhea, would you like to add your points in?
Yeah, to add on to that.
For the same topic, which is challenges faced because of not having a mentor with example?
I would say for me, it was hard, especially throughout part of my time in my university, was that I didn't have a solid mentor, and a lot of the things that I was doing, I wasn't completely sure if it is the right thing to do or is it the right pathway to follow. And then so not having a mentor, I felt kind of lost, and it made things extra hard. And I agree that if I had more guidance, it would have been definitely easier to succeed in what I want to do and have the support and feel guaranteed that what I was doing will lead me to a successful career. And also I would have had more guidance on like what I could have studied more and grown and learned more easier in my career. And then simply the challenge is not having mentors, not having someone to talk to, just more of your simple problems. Like if I had someone to discuss, like, am I the only one? Sometimes I felt like I was the only one feeling these certain things, but I could have talked to someone and learned like it's common. The struggle is part of the journey, and that everyone faces these challenges. And so I would say those are definitely a struggle when not having a mentor, especially in time of need.
Thanks, Ria. I would share my thought here to add to what Ria and Bharti said. I completely agree with them. I second their thoughts. And I would give one example with for my recent project, which is in service now. Um, I learned this skill by myself before the interview to go for the interview. But while I was in the industry and trying to deliver things for the project, I realized that I lack few technical skills. So it was a struggle for 3 months until I found a mentor. And when I found my senior ops leader as Carmel, who could provide mentorship to me, he just provided. So what he did is he just opened up his entire uh, can can we go on mute, please? Rest of the audience. Thank you. Yeah. So he just opened up his entire people, his network. So he was a senior manager for the project, and he just reached out to his network and provided that network to me. And his network helped me establish and learn from their team. He shared the network, his people, his knowledge, his time, and that was the influence. So I had like entire community of ServiceNow who could help me with my challenges. So that was one breaking area I can tell. Another very important example I want to share is I wanted to learn and then excel for one of the entrance exam, and I tried for 3 years. I've been trying for 3 years, wherein it was tough because I did not have the right mentor. So I could not get what I was desiring, and it was taking just never ending time. So therein we I realized that it's very challenging to move without a mentor, and once I found it, it just took me an year to complete whatever I wanted. Going to next topic, which is the importance of mentorship with example. Bharti, do you want to add something on this one?
Okay, I think the presentation is not being pinned, so it's actually visible in a very small box. Is there any way we can actually pin this? The moderator, is there anyone who's moderating this meeting?
Oh yes, he's just doing that. 1 minute.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I see. I can read that as importance of mentorship examples from life experiences. Okay, so so when I say, so within my industry, and one thing I notice is even my managers. I have managers. I will not belittle them, but I would certainly say my manager says this statement. He says, I learned things by myself, and I grew up to be where I am. So he expects me. He expects me to learn and reinvent the wheel to grow up the ladder. I would say, if you guide me, I will not just be, so I am a senior manager. I have to report me. I take care of a certain particular area within, retail, within our organization, retail, a certain area, maybe SAP testing or SAP. But if I had a mentor who had said, this is how I got here, or this is what I did to get here, I would also be able to grow to the next level, or I could assume roles the next level that I am in, and be a better leader. So every time you help somebody else, they will become a better version of you. Instead of having the mindset of, I went through the struggle, let them go through the struggle. It'll be better if we make it a better community of having better leaders. And, mentor is not always somebody who has progressed and has experienced it all. A mentor can always be somebody who is budding. So Rhea can be my mentor too, because her experiences are fresh and they're different. They might be more relevant to today's world versus my experiences. My experiences are how the kind of mentorship that we led all the while, looking up to your leaders, having guidance from your leaders. But today, I think it's basically an exchange. You need to, and that's what I prefer. When I talk, I always have one-on-ones with all my reportees, and I like to understand the different areas they work in, the different technologies, what they plan to do, what are the upcoming quarterly plans they have in their area, their workspace. So that gives me an idea, the broader perspective of how we are growing, right? And that gives me exposure to the newer technologies, the growth of the company. So it gives you a wider perspective. So I feel we win as a team. It's very important to win as a team. You being a mentor and having a mentee is also a team. And you passing it along, you can mentor somebody else. I feel it's the same networking concept. You have to pass things along and have people carry it so that they can mentor others. So it's very important to have a mentor, and you can see a mentor in anybody. It's not that somebody has to be relevant to what you're doing or what you plan to do. It can be anyone. They can mentor you in any way. It can be, you can have more than one mentor in your technology, mentor in your life, mentor for a different purpose. So I think it's important to have a mentor. Thank you.
Great insight. Thanks, Bharti. Rhea, do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And also that mentors are supposed to help provide guidance and that also help others succeed, not only like through your learnings and experience. And so for an example, when I first started my current position, I didn't know, when I was looking for a mentor, I wasn't quite sure like what I should be looking for until I found someone to tell me that you should look for someone that focuses to hone your experience, especially early in my career, that understanding like where I need to improve, where I struggle, and how can I go about and enhancing those skill sets. And having a mentor is like will tell you like their struggles they went to, and also provide advice where you should have your focus, because when you first start a career, you're kind of lost and you're like, where should I go? Where should I focus on? How should I learn? And so like in my first mentor, she told me that like I should go find pretty much other mentors, like someone that can help you focus on your soft skills, like communication skills, and then also someone that could focus more of your hard skills, where it's like technology, which technology you focus on and what you should look for. Because I was in a team that was mostly men and no women engineers. And so I went to go find a woman engineer. And so having those role models could lead you to different sources around you and within your company or within the environment you live in, and show the importance of that.
Thanks, Rhea. I think Bharti and Rhea have provided enough information on that. Let me move on to next topic, which is on the best practices and tips to have a fulfilling mentor-mentee relationship. This is a very important topic because we want to set up the ground. So I want to hear from Bharti. Bharti, could you please help us with your thoughts on this one?
So, yeah, it is a mentor-mentee relationship, right?
Yeah, tips and best practices for a fulfilling mentor-mentee relationship.
Okay. Yeah. So one very important thing is, I being a mentor or having reportees, I also treat that as being mentor. So I not only am a manager and have people reporting into me, but I also lead outreach activities for my company or in Oregon. So we have around 400 people within a cognizant Oregon, and I drive all the volunteering initiatives. So what I like to do is I set up either one-on-ones. One, it's a bonding. So when you have a one-on-one, it's not only all about work or how do we achieve a purpose, but it's also about bonding. It's about building your relationship with your mentor, understanding each other. And it's not always the case that you think in the same lines. You should be able to guide somebody who thinks in a different line, because everybody has their own way of thinking and their own path that they want to achieve. So I think as a mentor, you should be open to different ideas and different uh, mindsets, so that way you can guide them in the path that they want to go, and not just drive them in your path. So having that opportunity to have multiple reportees within my company gives me an experience of how to be a mentor even to my friends. So I can be a mentor to my friends. You can be a mentor to your family members, or people who are, as Lipsi set it out, underprivileged. I understand we might not have many venues to go out there. How do you actually get in touch with people who don't have those opportunities, unless you have programs like this, like Lipsi set up. So if you have your local community, you can pass it on. You can build your own network. You have to establish that. You have to be the person. So we never had an outreach program. So outreach programs within Cognizant are volunteering and giving back to your community. And I was very determined to set up, because we had a huge presence in Oregon. We have 400 odd consultants, and I really wanted us to give back to the community that I was in, so which is Oregon. I've lived here for 10 to 12 years, and you have to be giving something into your local communities. And that's what I decided to do, is encourage volunteerism amongst my reportees or associates. So similarly, it does not necessarily have to be in volunteerism, but even in mentoring, you can pass it on, have your own network, have a group, mentor people who are close to you first on. So, everybody's developing, everybody's progressing, everybody's growing, and it eventually makes it a very healthy network. Thank you.
Wow. Wisdom coming from the senior managers. Rhea, you want to add something onto that?
I'll add a little bit, just saying how I think from my past, knowing some tips of having a fulfilling mentor-mentee relationship is having goals when you talk to your mentor, and also having certain action items that you could fulfill as every time you meet. So like if you meet once a month, say like, I'm going to learn this new concept, or I'm going to talk to these people before I meet with you again. And so having those goals will help you guide your relationship with your mentor, and also the willingness to learn and listen when you're talking to your mentor will make a really fulfilling mentor-mentee relationship.
Cool. Thank you. On this point, I want to add a list of things, or I can say the best practices that all of our young students, our team, so if you want, you can make a note, or I can repeat that for you. So let me start with minus. First is to have a healthy and best and efficient mentor-mentee relationship. You should prepare yourself. When I say you should prepare yourself, you should do your homework. Assess your goal, what you want to achieve. Ask questions to yourself, right? That what specific area you need guidance in, where you want help, that someone can fill the gap. So identify that. That's minus, that's your homework. Coming to zero. Zero is understand your mentor. as a person. So understand the person, that how the person is established, then utilize not only for the work but as a build a relationship. Next is reach out to them. Regular follow up is required. Next, you should be able to add value, right? You should able to add value in order to enjoy the connection, um, uh, and be prepared with questions, and share that ahead of time to best utilize their and your time, right? Be respectful of everyone's time. It's very important. Everyone is busy here. All of them are like engrossed in their daily activities. I will tell you, Bharti is senior manager. She is not only handling reportees, extra responsibilities of Cognizant, she is handling her sprint stories, the development work, the project management work. Same goes with Rhea. She is not only learning the ServiceNow administrative certification, she is developing the stories. She is helping their counterparts, the business managers, to deal with their problems. So everyone is multitasking. So all of us needs to be very respectful of our times and be open for feedback. This is a very important point. We get feedbacks, and then we need to work on it to improve as a person. Accountability is very important. We need to be accountable for the actions and the work that we are doing, and and the most important thing is setting a realistic target and realistic goal. And obviously it's we shall be a fun team to be with, and we shall always under promise and over perform. That's the thing. With that, I want to see that what question answers that we have, and then we can have final thoughts, and then I will provide you a link, and then we can conclude. Do we have any questions? Guys, if you have any questions, please start shooting. In the chat box, I will read all the questions, and then we'll try to, all of us will try to assess. Ma'am, in Hindi. Sorry, Ayushi, I could not do it in Hindi, but reach out to me personally, because Rhea does not understand Hindi. Bharti is not very well versed with Hindi. So I Hindi में नहीं कर पाए इस time, तो उसके लिए sorry. Next time we'll try to do it. We'll try to incorporate that. Swati ma'am, we are done with this for now. I will share a link if you guys have any questions. Swati ma'am, Ratna ma'am, principal ma'am. So yeah, if you want to do something.
Just to give them some homework so that they prepare on it and come next week, and they'll have more questions to ask. And what could be that one question they have to work on?
Okay.
Apart from what you have said right now, just emphasize on that.
Yeah. So this was the 25% of kickoff and introductory session on mentor, mentee, and so what is lined up next is here. Next is next Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, same time. We are going to cover what is the impact of MOOCs. So I know if of people who are not aware of MOOC, it is massive open online courses. I have done a lot of MOOCs. All of us, Bharti has done a lot of MOOCs. Rhea, she has done a lot of MOOCs. So we, along with our work, we also tend to engage actively on Coursera, Udemy, all these where we get free platforms, and we learn the skills that we need in order to deliver in the industry. Apart from that, as per our interest, we take those courses as well. So the homework for all my young team members and friends are to go check out that for you, what skill that you want to develop. So I want you to work on your homework, as I just said, mentor-mentee relationship. Prepare yourself, assess yourself, ask question what you want to do. So first thing is what goals that you have in your life. Accordingly, we can tailor and customize that which online courses are best fit for you. So that's the homework I think you guys should do for yourself.
To add on to it, we also have one more Indian platform, SWEM, where things are free. So student can log on to that also to check the courses available.
We are also having IIT spoken tutorial where they can have various courses for them. isn't it, Swati? I think there are we are
Uh,
going to start it. It is having it
yes.
in our college Lipsi. We are providing students. These are free of cost courses, and they can avail these courses in the college. So, 3 courses are allowed at one time, and they can go for it through IIT Spectrum tutorial.
Yes.
Okay.
So they can ask you that what will fit for them in the coming session.
Yeah, sure. So in the form, the next submission form I will publish, I can ask those details and then we can make a tailor-made session according to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Swati ma'am,
And
Ratna ma'am.
one
Yes,
more
please.
thing I would like to add it. What is that exercise? Like how, what should you do to understand your own interest area? You have to introspect, girls. And now Lipsy will tell you how to do that. Like, you know, introspect, check your, it's not that your academics where you want to make your career. It could be your hobbies, it could be your liking. So you have to introspect, you have to check the way you want to live your life. That is your career, right? So check what interests you more. It is academics, your hobby. What is that which interests you more? Because that will be your life.
A very good point, ma'am. To add on to that, I want to say that if let's have a vision, friends. Let's have a vision, and for that, let's curate it. Like I was an athlete till 10th, but my interest in mathematics led me to engineering. Even I did chemical engineering. I had interest in chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Eventually, my challenge in chemical industry, and I was allergic to smell. I chose my passion, which was computer and coding, and that's when now I'm into completely coding for last couple of long time. And now my interest in digital and supply chain manufacturing and retail, I am going to do research on that. So you don't need to limit yourself. So let's assess yourself. Let's utilize the online questions, and then I'll put the form on website. Please go through and read that, fill those forms, and then come prepared for the next session, so that you can utilize best and have questions. So that when you will have more questions, you will be able to get most out of all of us of the community. It should not be just a one way feed, right? So be free, be open. Even if you have questions in whichever language, please put it. I shall be able to do translate it for rest of my mentors. Let's keep it more interactive. Yes, ma'am. We are done with this today.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Lipsy. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, all the members, for giving this wonderful, for coming up and advising and mentoring our students. Thank you so much for your time and your effort. And so let us, I'll request Ratna ma'am to please say the word of thanks to all the members.
So we are at the last of the program. On behalf of everybody, I would like to thank all the members. First of all, I would like to thank the members from USA who joined us, and I hope our coordination will go like this, and girls will achieve more and more from whatever things that you are giving to them, and it will help them to achieve their goals in the life easily. Thank you, all the members from USA. I would like to thank our principal, Professor Dr. Shukla Mahanti, for addressing us. I thank Deepa ma'am and Pyali ma'am for joining us. I thank Swati for coordinating all the things. I thank Prabhakar, and I thank Almighty that He had made all of us safe, and pray to God to keep all the persons safe in this pandemic. Thank you.